Today we'll be going over the top 5 fast, affordable cars that your parents will hate. The first entry on the list is the Volvo S60R. Sold from 2004 to 2006, this car came with a 2.5-liter inline 5-cylinder turbo with a single turbo under the hood, making 300 horsepower and 290 pound-feet of torque. This power was transmitted to the wheels via a 6-speed manual or 6-speed automatic transmission, and then through a Haldex-style all-wheel drive system, meaning only half the power could be transmitted to the back at any time. These cars can be found for under 10 grand routinely, even with under 100,000 miles on them. My second entry on the list is the 2006 and 2007 Mazdaspeed 6. For the 2 years this car was sold in the US, it came with a 2.3-liter inline 4 turbocharged to make 275 horsepower and 250 pound-feet of torque. That power was transmitted to the ground via a 6-speed manual transmission, the only option for a transmission in the car, and through an all-wheel drive system with a limited slip differential at the front and at the rear axles. These cars outside the US were known as the Mazda 6 MPS. This inside the US, they were known as the Mazdaspeed 6. My third entry on the list is the 2002 to 2005 Subaru WRX, also known as the Bug-Eye WRX. This car came with a 2-liter turbocharged flat 4, producing 227 horsepower and about 210 pound-feet of torque. That power was transmitted through a 5-speed manual or 5-speed automatic transmission to the ground through a full-time all-wheel drive system. My fourth entry is the 2002 C5 Audi S6 Avant. These cars came with a 4.2-liter V8, making 340 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. That went through a 5-speed automatic transmission through to all 4 wheels through locking limited slip differentials. There are some concerns with the car, such as just make sure the previous owner changed the timing belt, because it's mounted up against the firewall, which means you have to either remove the entire engine, drop the subframe, or drop the transmission. My fifth and final entry is the 4th and 5th generation Subaru Legacy GT. These cars came with a 2.5-liter turbocharged flat 4. In the early models, I think it produced about 227 horsepower and 210 pound-feet of torque. In the later ones, I think it produced about 250 horsepower and 230 pound-feet of torque. The early ones you can find for 10 grand or less all day. The newer ones are between 10 and 15 grand, which the one rule I had for the video is that they had to be cars you can find for under 10 grand. The 4th gens came with either a 5-speed manual or 5-speed automatic that transmitted all the power to all 4 wheels through Subaru's infamous symmetrical all-wheel drive system. and center limited slip differential. The 5th generation Legacy GT had a 6-speed manual that the power was sent through to all 4 wheels. The 4th generation cars were built from 2002 to 2009, while the 5th generation cars were built from 2010 to 2012. If you liked the video, please subscribe to Weissach Racing and click on the bell notification down below.